Hello and welcome to another session of Learning with me. I'm Dr. Manjula. The extraordinary characteristic of India has been discussed in the last few sessions. Today, in this particular session, I'll be discussing India as a land of unity in diversity. We all know that India has differences in terms of physical, social, linguistic, cultural, and religious beliefs. Yet, it is irrefutable that there is a fundamental thread of unity in the history of this country. India has been able to project itself as a single territorial unit in the face of all these contrasts, be it physical, political, social, or economic. The unifying role of the Great Plains between the Himalayan ranges on the one hand and the peninsular India on the other cannot be ignored. Climatically, the monsoonal rhythm of the seasons provides a strong element of uniformity. The concentration of the monsoonal rainfall to a few months in a year and the associated agricultural activities are all an Indian phenomenon. Many of our cultural traditions are strongly tied to monsoons. India is a nation that has spread the message of universal brotherhood, which has also played an important role in uniting the different sections of the society and making this a unified nation. The Ramayana and the Mahabharata have produced themes even for tribal dances and musics for thousands of years, and still it continues to do so. Although Hinduism is a way of life for majority of Indians, Hinduism and Islam are intertwined into a composite matrix that integration of India is strongly rooted for. In fact, there are almost as many Muslims in India as in Pakistan. Centuries of foreign rule has failed to disrupt our cultural ties. On the economic front, the development of interregional linkages and the emergence of a national home market has played a significant role in uniting this country. For example, tea from Assam, wheat from Punjab and Haryana, minerals from Chotanagpur Plateau, and spices from the hilly areas of the southern states are used all over the country. And in turn, these areas obtain items required by them from other areas. This process has been accelerated by the rapid development of transportation and communication. Let us now discuss some of the features of phenomenon that make India as a land of unity in diversity. The first aspect is the geographical unity. From the very ancient part of the whole of India as a geographical unit has been described as Bharatavarsha, or the land of Bharat. This very name is given to the whole country in the epics and Puranas. The country that lies north of the ocean and south of the snowy mountains is called as Bharata, for there dwell the descendants of Bharata. Its people are designated as Bharata Santati. The term Bharata Varsha stands for the fundamental unity. This term is not only associated with the geographical boundaries but with the idea of the universal monarchy. The theologians, political philosophers, and poets have always referred to India as one and have highly praised the ruler who attempted to extend their political supremacy from the Himalaya in the north to the Cape Cameron in the south, from a Brahmaputra in the east to the Indus in the west. The rulers of these political period are also considered as one of the unifying factors of creating this geographical unity. Even now, this geographical unity is reinforced by the conception of the common motherland, Bharata Mata. The song Vande Mataram characterizes and embodies this sentiment of unity. Political unity. The sense of unity of the whole country was promoted by politics also. The rulers of India established their sway over the whole country and consequently contemplated over it as a unit. The rulers of India from ancient times aimed to rule over the entire country and to become Chakravarti. Chandragupta, Ashoka, Samudragupta had established their sovereignty over the whole of India and became Chakravartis. The institution of paramount sovereignty was a familiar political idea of the Hindus in ancient ages. The frequent use of the terms Rajadiraja, Samrajya, Ekaraja, Adiraja, Virat, and Sarvabhauma in the ancient Sanskrit literature and the repeated performance of such rites and sacrifices such as the Vajapaya, Punaraveshika, Mahabhisheka, etc., show that the idea of universal conquest and an all-India overlordship was well known to the ancient Hindus. In the medieval period, Alauddin Khilji, Akbar and Aurangzeb sought to establish their political supremacy over the whole of the country. The Mughals established an imperial system which deepened the conception of oneness of rule and sameness of political experience. The British also achieved the political and administrative unity of India. After the political emancipation of India by the incorporation of the princely states in the Indian Union, the political unity of the country was achieved. Religious unity. There is an undercurrent of religious unity among the various religious sects in the country. The worship of Vishnu and Shiva under different names is as widespread in the north as in the south. The temples of Vishnu and Shiva have been constructed all over the country. They raise their spires not only in the snow-covered mountains and the Indo-Gangetic plains, but also in the deltas of the Tungabhadra, Kaveri and Krishna. The Ramayana and the Mahabharata have been studied in the far south as well as in Punjab, Kashmir and Doab. The stories of Ram and Krishna are sung with much devotion and respect in the south, north, east and the west. The Vedas, the Gita, the Puranas and other scriptures are respected equally throughout the country. Monotheism, immortality of the soul, reincarnation, karma, moksha, nirvana, etc. are the doctrines believed in and followed by all the sects of the country. The most sacred places of Hindu pilgrimage, such as the Badrinath in the north, Dwarka in the west, Rameshwaram in the south, and Jagannath Puri in the east, embrace the whole of the country and speak of India being one land. The daily prayer of the Hindus include the names of all the main rivers of the north and the south, like the Sindhu, the Ganga, the Jamuna, the Godavari, the Saraswati, the Narmada and the Kaveri. This speaks of the fundamental unity of the people of India. These religious beliefs lay emphasis on the fact that India is one land. Cultural unity. The Indian culture and civilization is unique in its features. No doubt, people follow different languages and customs, but one can find a basic unity of the literary ideas, philosophy, literature, and conversations throughout the nation. The festivals like Diwali, Dussehra, Raksha Bandhan, and Holi are celebrated in every part of the country. The cultural unity and homogeneity is also reflected in the social ceremonies and the religious rites, festivals, and modes of life which are the same in north, south, east, and west. The sanctity of the family, the rules of the castes, the sanskaras, the rite of cremating a dead body, the cleanliness of kitchen are some of the common attributes that can be found to all the communities and sects of India.